before the relationship developed, I almost had like rose-colored glasses on, and I found that, whoa, this person can manifest so well. Whoa, this person has become so successful. All these things, and I was like, oh, this person is amazing. And even I thought like, oh, because of him, I must be amazing. I started giving him all the credit, right? The minute I broke up with him and I was like, you know what, I'm done. And I called all my energy back to me, and I was like, this is gonna end. I saw him again and I was shocked. I was like, there is no way I was with this person. No, I literally saw him for the way he actually looked. And it's like, my friends had been telling me, Liz, there's no way, because he was not a good person either, you know?
That's the main problem.
But I was like, my energy made him so magical to me. And the same way, like, all the things that I thought, like, he's so successful, he's so good at manifesting, it stopped when I removed my energy. So a lot of people are dating people and they put them on a pedestal, but it's all because of your energy. They're like a lot of women, for example, men become more good looking, more successful because they're with that woman. And then the woman starts to think like, oh, he's too good for me. Oh, he's the, honey, that's your energy. Realize it, you know?
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode, and this is your host, the Empress H, baby. Today's video is going to be about detachment and self-preservation. And detachment in this context doesn't mean that you are without feelings or don't care about someone or something, but it's simply being freeing yourself from the hyperfixation on a particular outcome and seeing what life has in store for you. This can also look like withdrawing your energy and not projecting a fantasy onto a person or situation. This is simply letting people be and show you who they are, especially romantic relationships. This can look like when you and your partner get into an argument and they decide to go ghost on you or go no contact for some time. You let them. Don't reach out. Let them and see where they take it. We all know that 9 times out of 10, many heterosexual relationships are very fond of this, where they pick a fight with you to go about their business or do what they want to do. And then if you confront them on it, they will be like, oh, it wasn't cheating, we were on a break. You know, we were fighting, we were on a break. So yeah, ladies, let people show you who they are and move accordingly. It's very important. That doesn't mean that you should be emotionless or you should not feel or you shouldn't be connected to your emotions. But taking people at face value and honoring people when they show you who they are and moving accordingly in a way that preserves and benefits you at the end of the day. Also, I know it's easier said than done, y'all. Like, even me that is talking, I'm like, damn, what am I saying? But that doesn't make it any less true. So yeah, we need to have this at the back of our mind. Detachment is very important. Honor people when they show you who they are. Move accordingly in a way that preserves and benefits you. If they do not align with you, that's where detachment comes in.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, this is something I wish I knew sooner. And I recently started practicing it in my life, like really practicing it, and the results have been insane. So here we are. And as always, I'm gonna share it with you because I love you. The way to get what you want is by detaching from what it is you want. Hold on, hear me out. The law of detachment says in order to obtain anything in the physical world, you have to relinquish your attachment to it. And it's like, bro, come on. Our whole lives, they created an illusion that we had to control everything in order to have what we wanted. We've all been around long enough to know that's not true. So we now know that in order to have something, we have to detach from it. And I'm going to use psychology and spirituality to explain why. So we're human beings. We are both human and beings. So the human side of us has to do with thoughts, the brain, and survival, while the being side of us has to do with feeling, intuition, and growth. Because we are two things in one, we are in a constant battle between both sides, our mind and body versus our intuition and our spirit. And the way to really live a whole life would be learning how to effectively balance the two. So let's assess. From a psychological standpoint, when relying on our brain, we can only receive things to the capacity of which we've experienced. If we've never seen something, we won't know it's possible for us, period. That's just how the brain operates. So in order to get more than what we've experienced, in order to get something that we have not yet had, the goal would be to get our brain, which has limitations because it can only go as far as what is experienced, out of the way, so that our soul, which is limitless, can then take over. And we do this by detaching. Detaching helps us to stop using our brain to think about whatever it is, which removes the limitations and opens up the door for more. Crazy. So you guys always ask me what books I read, what videos I watch, and to be honest, there's not just one thing. I use a plethora of resources, and I've recently come across this gem called Astra. So Astra is an app that you can ask literally anything from astrology to universal laws to relationships. It knows everything. And it's not often that you could get information about universal or spiritual laws at the drop of a dime. And a lot of us don't really ever know what to research, but Astra does the research for you. So let's ask her about detachment and see what she says. So I asked her, why is the law of detachment important? And pause to read if you have to, because she ate that. When we let go, we align with the flow of life. We get it all, which is basically what I said before. Letting go opens up numerous possibilities because you have released yourself of your limiting beliefs. Sticking to a specific outcome or a specific way of going about something reduces the possibility of coming into all that we can have. Shout out to Astra because she gets it. Anyway, this doesn't mean that you have to give up the intention to create your desire. It doesn't mean don't do anything. You just have to give up the details of how it gets done. Your duty is to want something and remain positive about it. And it's really hard to go from wanting something to be different to just accepting that you don't have it, right? But detaching first puts us in a mindset that is neutral. And in the neutrality, the universe can go to work. So how do we detach? Because it's easier said than done. I don't know. Let's ask Astra. Pause to read if you have to, because again, she ate that up. This app literally gives you pointers on how to do things specifically for you. It's better than any Google search. As you guys can see, she used my zodiac sign and used details of my personality to come up with a solution that will work for me. And obviously I could talk forever, but I won't. So if you want to know the more about the law of detachment or any laws I've spoken about up until this point, go have a chat with Astra. I love it. I think y'all will love it. And yeah, love y'all forever. Mwah.
Girl, I promise you, he is not that special. He's not. All of the great attributes and amazing qualities that he may in fact have are only amplified by your obsession and attachment to him. Because ask your friends, ask your family, ask someone who doesn't want to be his life partner if he's so great. And I guarantee you they'll be like, I mean, he's okay if he is a good man. He's okay, but he's not worth all this damn heartbreak. Girl, he is just a man. At the end of the day, he is just another man, and you created an entire life fantasy around him. He is now the main character of your life, which is crazy. Move the spotlight back onto yourself, and you'll see that he's just another supporting player or someone who doesn't belong on that stage with you at all. But you will only see that when you draw the focus back on yourself and off of that man. Oof, he is just a man.
I can say that the men that I've dated are decent. The majority of men that I dated are good people. They're not bad people, but they're men. And I'm not under some kind of false notion. I haven't been like the Notebook pilled where I grew up on all these romance movies or whatever, where I have an expectation of men that is unrealistic. And a lot of women do, and I empathize with that. The men that I've dated are good people. They are men. But in all things considered, they're not bad people. They are decent. I also have dated enough where I can pick up on little things, little tiny things so quickly, where I can weed out the bad ones very quickly. I also live in a very populated city, and, you know, depending on who you ask, not hard on the eyes. Here's the thing, though. You have to be more than decent for me to want to keep you around. I don't need a man in my life. Again, I haven't been, like, brainwashed. I think we've all been brainwashed, but I'm not a lover girl. I'm not someone who's like, you know, and I'm not trying to mock it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't seem mocking, but I'm not someone who's like, oh, you know, a lot of people want to get married. A lot of people want to have kids. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. I go to bed in my big bed and I say, thank fucking God I'm the only person in this bed. That's just how I am. If I met someone who is amazing, and it's happened where I'm like, oh, wow, you know, like I'm falling in love with this person. Then I'm like, oh, I had those feelings develop once I meet that person. I know that person is that person. I don't go into dating situations being like, I need someone to be in my bed. Not at all. I want to get to know somebody. I use men for like having a fun time, getting to know somebody, couple adventures, couple ha-has, couple exchanges, little connection. Maybe it doesn't work out. We develop a friendship, whatever. It's not that serious to me. I'm not dating men to find my husband. I'm dating men to learn about myself, to learn about other people, to try new things, to see new places, and that's it. And if I stumble upon my husband in that process, fantastic. If I don't, that's fine too, because I really, really love being single, and I'm going to love being single until I'm 50, 60 years old, because this pussy is going to pop regardless. This pussy is going to pop regardless. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Let me answer your question in a serious way. You understand what I'm saying? So there are decent men out there. There are. You just have to let go of the false idea that you have in your head of what a decent man is. All right? A decent woman far exceeds a decent man. All right? You can't keep holding them to the standards that you would have like women. That's why you need like friendships with women. You need community with women. Men are what they are. They might as well be a different species. Some of them are not terrible people. Some of them's heart is in the right place, but they are still men. And I'll be damned if I settle for someone that isn't exactly what I'm looking for, because the streets have always been very kind to me. So in short, I do enjoy dating men. I think they're great. I think they're great in small doses. Like men are like, you have to microdose them. They're great in small doses. They're great when you get a little variety pack. You can't sit there and binge them because you will fuck up your health if you do that. Maybe one day I will meet a magical man and he'll be more than decent, and maybe I'll stumble upon him on one of these different little date escapades that I go on. Maybe I won't. Doesn't matter to me because I'm enjoying my life either way.
Listen to me carefully, okay? Stop focusing on the outcome. It's very, very simple. And I have dedicated myself to find simple ways to make progress because I know that you want to be further along than you are, right? So stop focusing on the major outcome. All you have to do is focus on the small things that you need to do, because if you focus on the small things that you need to do, the outcome will appear. So instead of saying, I want to get this promotion by the end of the year, or I want to have $100,000 in my bank account by the end of the year, which are things that you cannot control, all you can control is the small daily efforts that will eventually lead you to that point if you're disciplined and believe. Be encouraged.
Hey ladies, on the topic of detachment doesn't just apply to maybe romantic relationships or whatever. Detachment can also apply to your goals for yourself or your agendas. I'm going to use myself as a personal example, okay? It's kind of embarrassing, but this YouTube channel I just started, my last video was like 317 views or so, and then the one after it was like 10 views. Now I think currently it's at 17 views, or I'm not sure, but it's quite low. Oh my god, if I say that didn't trip me up, I'm a liar. Bro, it messed with my brain. That situation messed me up for real. I had to take me a break because I realized that I was so hyper focused. I was so attached on the goal, the destination, and not the journey. And that's the thing about life. You don't need to be so hyper focused on the goal, your destination, and forget about enjoying the journey. Enjoying the journey is enjoying the journey is more than half of the experience. It's what fulfills you, it's what fills you up. Because if you're so hyper focused on the goal and you're one of the 1% that is so hyper focused on the goal, and you get to your destination or attain the goal, you realize that you are not as fulfilled as you thought you would be. You went through the motions, and your desires or imagination of your goal was way more grand than the reality of attaining the goal, because we built castles in the air. Human beings desire what they do not have, and when we get it, 9 times out of 10, it loses its spark and novelty. What's the saying again? Over familiarity breeds contempt. Yes. Learn to be in the moment and enjoy the journey. Detach from the outcome, because the outcome 9 times out of 10 won't be what you envision it will be. Because when you're so hyper focused on a goal and you want to control everything, you rob yourself of the experience and low-key make yourself go crazy. Because I know I low-key made myself go crazy with this YouTube thing. Detachment is necessary in life for self-preservation, but it should be applied accordingly and necessarily. Detachment is not the villain we think it is, as we know that society likes to demonize detachment, especially with this therapy speak of avoidant attachment style. Sometimes detachment is necessary for your personal life to help preserve your sanity and avoid you overthinking things, hyper-focusing or overextending yourself for whatever reason. Detachment, in summary, is giving yourself permission to not be a prisoner of your own mind and expectations. Detachment is embracing delayed gratification without control and trying to control every aspect and facet of your life. Like a butterfly, do your part and let it come to you, because you can't just say butterfly and catch it. It will fly away. You'll simply let it come to you, because sooner or later when you take actions, you will get the results. This is simply the law of cause and effect. So with that being said, ladies, as always, I am your host, the Empress H baby, and this is just my opinion. All right, guys, this is just my opinion. If you agree, if you partially disagree, if you totally disagree, whatever, you can put your thoughts in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. It's very necessary. Like the video. Don't forget to like the video. Liking is free. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content and you want more of this content. Don't forget to turn on your post notification bell where you do subscribe to know when we upload our next video. Comment your thoughts on this if you have any, and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.